Hey guys, it's Zezo, another video for y'all, and I just wanted to give y'all my final thoughts and opinions on all the heal powers and their loadouts. So I'm gonna start with allies, artifacts, and then we're gonna go straight into the gear, and then we'll go over the loadouts. Okay, it should be like pretty short. John, Flash, Black Adam. If you don't have these three, you're gonna run Oracle Bot, you're going to run Cyborg, and you're going to run Crypto. It'll look something like this. If I can just put these on really fast, it'll look something like this. And that is if you are a budget healer and you can't afford those, or you just refuse to buy them. The gear looks like all heal gear, right? All heal gear. The things to note that are important is the ultimate head mod, the reset on the back mod, the chest mod doesn't have to be reserve tank. You could put power efficiency here if you like. It's preference to the player. I think explosive block is important. If you run SFFE, you get lunged, you understand it. And then there's no other mods. Have a breakout trinket, that's also really important. Orbital, heal trinket, supply drop, cola, scrap with a soul cloak, Quizlet, EOG, page of destiny, book art. When this new heal art comes out with the new DLC, you will not be running Quizlet anymore. You're going to replace Quizlet with that art. Okay? Now that we got that out the way, let's go over the loadout. The loadout that I recommend is your 10K GT or group transducer, supercharged generator, 25. I am acrobatics. That is why my super is poised. It says acrobatics here. How did I get it? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's at the bottom. Then we got Starbolt, priority heal, group heal. We got Tesla Ball, Biocap, Life Shield, Galvanize, 10K, Pheromone Bloom. Reason for Tesla Ball is I'm using this for supercharged regen. I'm using this as a second page proc technically, and it's an 8-man heal. We got Life Shield, it's just a shield for me. We got Galvanize. Can you replace any of these abilities? Absolutely. You could run 2 shields if that's what you're more into. Run 2 shields. You could run another shield. You could run Electrogenesis. You can run Arc Lightning if I could find it. You can run Arc Lightning. Electro Burst is not crazy, so I'd probably just run Arc Lightning if you really want another heal in there and not another shield, or you just run 2 shields and make it easy. And that's what we got for Elec. But like I said, what I recommend is this. This is maximum supercharge build for sure. And now we're gonna go to the next power. We're back with nature on this character, and this is the final thoughts on this power. 10K, Starbolt, 25, Savage Growth. This is your first pheromone and heal over time. Prio heal, group heal. Your group heal is your second pheromone, your second heal over time. You got a supercharged generator. You got a shield in your loadout. You got cross pollination. This is your third pheromone. Then you got flourish. Flourish spreads and refreshes pheromones. Then you got roar. If you ain't been around or used nature for a long time, then you don't probably know about roar, but you're gonna use roar after you pop 1, 2, 3 pheromones. And if anybody is like low, you could do roar. It's gonna be a very, very strong burst heal. And then you don't have 2 10Ks, unfortunately, with nature, so that's why the second bar is a little different. And we add insectoid form to get access to 2 more bars. And we put regen in this other one. We still got Starbolt. We got Pheromone Bloom. And then everything else is exactly the same. Everything else is exactly the same. You leave the bug form when you know your 10K is back off cooldown. And if you don't want to use a movement and you want to be more nature themed with the forms, you could certainly run the K9, because you don't get any resets out of nature outside of the swarm shield And if you get life shield, those would be those two and supercharged generator. Those are the only things that are going to reset, and that's not really worth much with nature. So I wouldn't even care to really run that back mod. I'd run metabolism on my back because the reset does you no justice. Okay. And that is what we got for the nature loadout. We're going to the next power. We're back and we're sorcery now. The final thoughts for sorcery loadout are like so: 10k, supercharged generator, dash attack, starbolt, priority group, 10k. Then you got watcher, and then you got pheromone bloom, you got shard of life, you got a boon of souls, which is your 4-man shield, healing field, which is your 8-man heal. You can absolutely certainly replace a couple of the abilities here, but this is more than likely going to be best in slot. If you wanted to have fun, you could absolutely add the orbiter anywhere and you'd still be running the same loadout initially. Take note though that shard of life is a really strong group heal, and the radius is about the same size as your circle of protection. So that circle of protection, you kind of see the radius. My effects are really low, but you kind of see the green kind of going in a circle around this. So that's about the radius, and shard of life is really a spot heal. You use it when the tank, you're going to use it over time, of course. You're going to clip it into the priority and group heal, and it has a decent range on it. You can use it from gray range. This is like the spot heal for the tank though. That's going to be your best heal. And then you got the circle in here. You clip them together. So if you notice with the last two loadouts, the second bar you can clip. You can clip pretty much the whole bar with all these loadouts. But this is my final thoughts on sorcery for sure. Final thoughts on sorcery for sure. Alright, we're back and we're water on this tune. This is my final thoughts on water in terms of the best heals you could get with EOG. So we got 10k, Tempest Guard. This is a 8-man shield, but it's more of damage reduction, so don't use it like it's a real shield. Use it like it's damage reduction. Then you got Poised. You have Starbolt. You have Soothing Mist, which is your prio. You got Group Heal, Supercharged Generator, the reset ability for water. Then you got Life Shield. You can put Bubble here too. Then you got Solace to the Sea, 25, 10k. Now, if you wanted to replace anything on this power, it would be High Tide over Starbolt. High Tide works with your priority heal and your group heal. It makes both of them stronger. It even says it here. You get a critical heal with the group heal, and you get increased healing on the prio. You can use it with Tempest Guard. At the end of Tempest Guard, you get a little heal. You can pair High Tide also with your 10k. You pair with the 10k, it becomes a 8-man bubble shield. It's not gonna be too crazy strong like Transducer, but it will be a shield. Depending on your stats, that shield could be sturdy or not. You can pair the High Tide with Drown, and it's supposed to give you more supercharge and damage. Primarily more damage, but if they coded it right, it should get more supercharge. And those are all the things that High Tide affects. And just to show you what it's gonna look like if you hit High Tide with your group shield, this is what it's gonna look like with the generator. That's what it looks like. You won't see an effect if I use it with Tempest Guard, so I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to the next power. We're back. The last power we're going over is Celestial. With Celestial, you got CG or Concentrated Grounds. This is going to be your strongest shield ability, even though it doesn't say shield, and this is technically Extreme DR. This is going to be the best shield to pop, and the first one you want to pop when you're given that green. And then you got Starbolt. You got Virtuous Light. This is your strongest 8-man heal. Burst. This is also a 8-man heal burst with a 8-man heal over time. This is your priority heal. This is your group heal. Supercharged generator. This is your 4-man shield. This is a 8-man heal. You got another 25. This is where you would put life shield if you were putting life shield, and then you would have sacrifice. The way you would do it is you would hit life shield into sacrifice, so that way when everybody else in the group gets that shield, you now have a shield as well. You can certainly replace a Starbolt if you wanted to, and if I would not really run Benediction or Medidiction. You can't get the full use out of these abilities because of the way they make things work. So if you did want to run something else over Starbolt and you wanted it to be beneficial, you could potentially just run Deathmark. Technically, Deathmark is a shield, and when it blows up at the end, it is a burst heal. You could do that. And then for the very end of my video, I just want to pull up all the shields for all of the powers so everybody can be hip and know about all the shields. So give me one more second. I'm about to pull it up right now. Let's see if I do. So you got CG at the top, mass density right here, flooded power, group transducer, gemstone shield. You got sacrifice, poise. CG is all the way up here, like it's literally the strongest one. You got transcendence way down here. Cursed blessing down here. Flux, bubble, swarm shield, blessing. So what is cursed blessing? This is Deathmark. This right here is Deathmark, and it is ranked higher than the Flux, the Bubble, Swarm, and Blessing. It's ranked higher, so that is why I'm saying you could run it. And if you have Life Shield is a 2.5 multiplier, putting it right here on this list, and that will make Life Shield stronger than the Hard Life Shield, according to this base shield multiplier overall ranking. So yeah, this is the shields. You could see how bad some shields are. Insane, right? But thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day. Hopefully y'all agree with my opinions on all the powers. If you don't, put it in the comments so we could talk about it.